London Cannon Street, we're now going to cover the cost for this journey. But first, we're going to cover the journey we did from Sittingbourne to London Cannon Street. So they printed out in two halves from Sittingbourne to Bromley South, which cost £4.65, which isn't too bad. And then they printed a London Underground zones 1 to 5, which cost £7.15. So overall we got let me figure out, £11.80 plus a booking fee, I think, which I personally think it's not too bad. For this journey here, it cost us a whopping £9.65. I booked it a few weeks in advance because I knew, as soon as I heard about it, I was like, yes, I need to do this because, well, why not? Why wouldn't you need to do it? But yeah, I wanted to do this since it's been a while. So probably about a month ago, where I saw prices for all of my journeys for about 20 quid. Also, for the journey from Ramsgate to Sittingbourne, it cost me a whopping £3.80 with my 16 to 25 rail card for all of these journeys. So overall, I think I spent about £26 plus booking fees on Trainline, which I don't think is too bad. But yeah, it's not too bad. We should depart London Cannon Street any minute. I'll pick up the camera when we depart. Now departing London Cannon Street on time at 08:18. Next calling point will be London Bridge. Change to London Bridge for services to that station over there, which is London Blackfriars, services to London Charing Cross and Waterloo East, services to Brighton, Cambridge, Peterborough, Bedford, Horsham, Luton and Rainham via Woolwich. Of course, the change to South Eastern services to Ramsgate via Canterbury West, then go through Ashton International, and services to Ramsgate via Dover Priory from London Charing Cross, and southern services towards local suburban stations in South London, so Caterham, Tattenham Corner, Coulston Town via, I think you can go via Epsom as well, via Norwood Junction and some through East Croydon. Anyway, now go around the bend into London Bridge, where there is a class 700 just down there. For people that play train sim, they'll know that there's a scenario on the Alan Thompson website that you can do the 0918, which is the service an hour after this one leaves. Anyways, I'm going to a stop because there's 700 down there. Yeah, you. Anyway, the camera won't move. Rapidly moving out. There's a 376 down there in the distance. Oh my god, that's a lot of land. Very good for this. And there's some interesting people on board that Thameslink service. But no people staring at me. So I imagine we're not even clear of London Bridge just yet. There's 465932 to London Cannon Street. So I came from Orpington or Dartford or done the Cannon Street Looper. $465 something. We'll find out in a minute. There's another Thameslink service. Go towards London Blackfriars. 465041. There's 700 which I imagine would have came from don't know. There's 375821 to Hastings. Here's 707025 off the London Cannon Street. There's the 700 we were following. 707003. Anyway, might get quite busy here at London Bridge, so if I go quiet, you know why. But I'll pop it down in the card down there because I'll technically have to. Charlton. We have Class 700 going from Raynham to Luton. The 0839, 10-minute service to Luton. Here we are departing Charlton. Maze Hill, Grim. Trying to remember this next stop after Charlton, which is proving to be difficult. I think it's Woolwich Dockyard. Yeah, I think we've got both Woolwiches. Oh, yeah, there's Woolwich Stadium. So yeah, it must be Woolwich Dockyard. Anyways, next stop will be Woolwich Dockyard. Here we are. It may not look like it, but here we are coming into Woolwich Dockyard now. Quite regular for a southeastern service of this length to stop at Woolwich Dockyard, because it's usually the Cannon Street services that do this, which are frequent-ish, but not that frequent. Anyways, here we are now at Woolwich Dockyard. After this, it will be Woolwich Arsenal. Here we are now departing Woolwich Dockyard. Next boarding point will be Woolwich Arsenal. I think you change at Woolwich Arsenal services for the Elizabeth line to Abbeywood, Heathrow, Maidenhead, Reading. I believe it's literally just under a minute journey between Woolwich Dockyard and Woolwich Arsenal. Again. Next stop, Woolwich Arsenal. Here we are, sorry for the late camera, but here we are now approaching Woolwich Arsenal with a dual pair of City Beam Class 707s, both from Cannon Street to Cannon Street, 707004 and 707023. Good news. Getting on at the front of the train, but something tells me, past Strood. That might be the case, or at Strood, that could be the case. Anyway, here we are now at Woolwich Arsenal. Woolwich Arsenal. Here we are departing Woolwich Arsenal. Next calling point will be picking the plums in Plumstead. There's going to be billions of plums and I will call it. And I am lying, there is not a single plum at Plumstead. So it's just stead, no plums. Anyway, next calling point will be Plumstead. You can't change to Plumstead for anything. But then after that, we will call it Abbeywood. Next calling point, Plumstead. I feel like the rest of the last few millions of stations, we're now approaching Plumstead. Next train off that platform is the 0856 Southeastern service to London Cannon Street. Oh wow, guys, guess what? Broken sea on this Wilson side. For people who have this route on TrainSim, you will know, well, it's either just me or it's a thing. This bridge does not load, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's a glitch or I just don't have the requirements. I'm going with the latter. I probably don't have the requirements, but I'm pretty sure I had everything. But oh well, here we are at Plumstead. Here we are departing Plumstead 1 minute late at 0848. Next calling point of this service will be Abbeywood. Change to Abbeywood for the Elizabeth line. Speaking of the Elizabeth line, sleeping depots here. Here's 465163. Just stay within the depot. And so you see, I know my stuff, kinda. Because there's a mini depot here. And nearby is also a Elizabeth line depot filled with a lot of trains. Could stay on this side for the rest of the journey, in fairness, to be fair. Probably will, because we'll get a good shot of the coast. I said millions, and there's a plane. There's 2 Elizabeth line trains and something else, which I don't know. Getting a nice gust of wind now. That we're going probably near the line speed of 60. But anyways, we'll be approaching Abbey Wood shortly. Here we are now at Abbey Wood. There's 9 Uniform 47 Elizabeth Line service bound for Heathrow Terminal 4. And there was another Elizabeth Line train bound for Maidenhead. Good news. Don't think anyone else is getting on at the front. 0954. Wait, is it really 0954? Oh no, my bad. 0854 to Heathrow Terminal 4. Otherwise, I might go quiet, there's a person here. But we'll see. We are passing Abbey Wood 1 minute later, 0852 instead of 0851. Next calling point will be Slade Green, Erith, Belvedere. I want to say it's Belvedere, but I will pause the camera when we get past this fence. There's a 376, about County Street. Could not get the numbers. Anyway, I will check the next calling point for you. Just had a brief check. Next calling point will be Belvedere, then Erith, then Slade Green, then we'll get to Dartford, where the traffic will die down a little bit now. And it will die down past Slade Green as well, because the Cannon Street Loopers will be going to the right. But we'll have a lot of trains at Slade Green depot, because it's a Saturday. They don't really put as many trains on during the weekend. But yeah, next calling point will be Belvedere. Here we are now approaching Belvedere. Never even stopped here, like once. Can't change Belvedere for anything. There's a Oyster on contactless reader. Street-Ramsgate. The third train is the 0811 to Dartford. There's B&Q there. Hey, the £1 buckets. People that don't know, you can go to B&Q and get a bucket for £1. Quite multi-purpose. But here we are at Belvedere. Passing Belvedere, probably on time. I think my watch is like ahead. But yeah, I think we're passing Belvedere on time or a minute later, 0854. Next calling point will be Erith. Let's have a for Luton from Raynham. Yeah, next calling point will be Erith. Here we are now approaching Erith, or Erith, however you want to say it. Some say Erith, some say Erith. I would say either or really. But yeah, next one will be Slade Green. And then Dartford. And then we'll continue our journey as normal. Here we are passing Erith. On time at 0857 or 1 minute later 0858. Next calling point will be Slade Green. Change at Slade Green services towards London Cannon Street via Bexley Heath and Blackheath. Right, next calling point, Slade Green. Now at Slade Green with the class 465 over there. I've gone from Dartford or doing the Cannon Street Looper, which went initially via Bexley Heath, and then now we'll go via here maybe. But anyways, here we are now at Slade Green. Penultimate stop on this journey for Oyster on contactless ends. Slade Green on time at 0901. Next calling point will be Dartford. Final calling point in Oyster on contactless on this journey. And can't not ignore Slade Green Depot with how busy it will be. I can already see 3 465s, a 707, and it will guarantee to be more. There's 465 907, then 376 002. Slade Green Depot is just really impressive with how many trains South Eastern will actually have. 465049. It's also kind of a shame to think that South Eastern will be getting rid of the class 465s. So if they do it over the next year, this will be the final journey you can do on the London Cannon Street to Ramsgate service with a Class 465, because I've heard, it's been rumoured that Southeastern could have been putting 377s on these, like the 377/5s that we have a few left of, which I wouldn't be complaining, but the fact you get to bash around on a 465 along over a 2-hour journey, it'll be upsetting. All the way over there is the Dartford crossing, which connects Kent and Essex, and on the waters into the River Thames, into central London, and even further into other countries potentially. Yeah, next calling point will be Dartford. Next calling point, Dartford. Here we are now at Dartford, final calling point on Oyster and contactless. Train to Dartford for services towards London Victoria via Kidbrooke, Elton, Falconwood and Bexley Heath, and services to London Charing Cross, although you have until Gravesend to do that. It's just like it's going to get a little busy. Okay, not busy enough at the front of the train, in a bush. Yeah, here we are at Dartford. Here we are passing Dartford on time at 09:06. Next calling point will be Greenhive. Change of Greenhive for Blue Water Shopping Centre, where you can get a bus connection between the train station and the shopping centre. There might be some trains here if we're lucky. People that only play Trains at Lloyd, you'll now be familiar with this bit between here and Faversham. This is 465181, the depot. Only one train. Interesting. 465037. Oh, no, there's another. 465152. With 465189. People that don't know, that has Network Southeast stickers on its unit, so there's probably only one of a few left. Anyway, next calling point, Greenhive, but first we'll have to pass through Stone Crossing to get there. We're now coming up on Stone Crossing, which is our first calling point that we passed through this morning. Yep, it's Stone Crossing. Only a train every half an hour calls here. Since the June timetable change, there's only 2 trains an hour. There's 2 southeastern trains per hour that call there. One in each direction, one towards Gravesend and one towards London. And there's 2 Thameslink trains that stop there, one to Rainham and one to Luton or Kentish Town or West Hampton Thameslink, depending where. We're now approaching Greenhive. Change at Greenhive for the bus towards Blue Water Shopping Centre, which you can get with Arriva, I want to say. Bus gurus, you'll probably maybe let me know in the comment section below that if Arriva do this. And on 11 to Ramsgate. I think we've delayed a Thameslink service during this. Here we are now at Greenhive. Here we are departing Greenhive on time at 09:11. Next calling point will be Gravesend. Change Gravesend for the high-speed service to St Pancras International, like earlier this morning, like I said, at Rochester. but now we'll actually be going through Gravesend. There's the tunnel. Here we are now out the tunnel. Yeah, we've got to go through 2 more stations to get to Gravesend, which is Northfleet and Swanscombe. Coming up first will be Swanscombe, then Northfleet, then Gravesend. That's also the final ending point for the London Victoria services that now newly end at Gravesend, when they used to originally go to Cannon Street. How times have changed. Yeah, I'll let you know when we're going through Swanscombe and then Northfleet. Just missed it. There's high speed 1 down there. But we just missed Swanscombe, but literally in under a minute's time we'll be going through Northfleet. Over there, it's actually beyond the trees. Next calling will be Gravesend. Here we are now at Gravesend. There's a class 465, which is probably the last we'll see the class 465s for the rest of this journey until we reach Ramsgate and get off ours and go home. 0921 Ramsgate. There is bus 190 for Arriva. Gravesend. Here we are departing Gravesend at 0921. Next calling point will be Strood. Train to Strood for services towards Maidstone West and Paddock. Next calling point is Strood. Here we are now at Who Junction. I'm pretty sure 6901 is the British Rail one, and I've just seen it. Here's 66794, Steve Hannum, and there's a DB66. 66076 is in the far distance for DB Cargo and EWS. There, speaking of DB Cargo UK, there's another DB Cargo UK Class 56. A lot of ballast. People that don't know what ballast is, it's the stuff on the track. I don't think there'll be anything else. Doesn't look like there will be. And so, layers of track. Yeah. So I haven't gone through Hyam yet, which sometimes we're behind a Thameslink. Earlier Thameslink service. Before I got really interrupted and my phone ran out of storage, we went through Hyam, and now we'll come around the bend into Strood. Change Strood for services towards Maidstone West and Paddock Wood. And then we've got Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham, Raynham, Sittingbourne, Faversham, Whitstable, Herne Bay, Margate, Broadside and Ramsgate. Yeah, I will end the clip. Oh, there's 375. Find out the 375. It's 375/3. Take that. 375/307 is on the branch. Off goes the Pikewood train. Might get quite busy because, like I Chatton Street. People go on the front of the train. Yeah, off we go. Here we are leaving Street. Next calling point will be Rochester. Over there, on the right side, it costs 3 or 5. I'm not going to film because there's a person over there. Service or special. Next calling point will be Rochester. Here we are, departing Rochester 2 minutes late at 09:37. Next calling point will be Chatham again. I don't know. Were we just here? No, we were just precisely near 7 o'clock in the morning. Probably about 6ish. I think it was 20 to 7 we were here. And now it's past 9 AM. Next calling point will be Chatham. Chatham 14 minutes later at 09:53. Next calling point will be Raynham. Picked up this delay because of a fault with the signalling system, which seems to actually be the case. The signalling system just thinks there's a train ahead, but there isn't. Next calling point will be Gillingham, unless we're stuck in a tunnel again. Here we are approaching Gillingham 15 minutes late now at 09:59. The 09:40 Thameslink service to Raynham has been cancelled. Yeah, here we are now at Gillingham. Forgot to film, we departed Gillingham 16 minutes late. Next calling point will be Raynham, then Sittingbourne, Faversham, Whitstable, Bay, Margate, Broadstairs and Ramsgate. Yeah, next calling point will be Raynham. The funny thing, the 0656 Thameslink service Bedford to Raynham got cancelled. Guess I can handle. Here we are now at Raynham, 16 minutes late. I believe it's 10:05. Meant to be here at 09:59. Also rain at Raynham. To Raynham 16 minutes late at 10:05. Next calling point will be Sittingbourne. Change to Sittingbourne for services towards Sheerness on Sea via Swale. Raynham North Crossing. Rain.
Next up on the service will be Sittingbourne. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you. Your next calling point is Sittingbourne. Change to Sittingbourne for service to Sheerness via Swale. Just went through Newington like we did 6:20 this morning. Precisely going through there 3 hours and 50 minutes before. Yeah, still not near Sittingbourne, probably about 5 minutes away. Here we are now approaching Sittingbourne. Probably late, which wouldn't surprise me. Went past was the 10:10 South Eastern service to St Pancras International. Here's 375-301. We are running 16 minutes late still. With a lot of people want to go down to the coast. Can't imagine they want to go down in this weather. He's now pissing it down. And we are now at Sittingbourne. Here we are departing Sittingbourne, probably 17 minutes late now. Maybe even more, maybe 18, but I doubt it. You'll be in the card at the bar. Next calling point will be Faversham. Change to Faversham for the high-speed service down to St Pancras International via Gravesend.
Next stop on this service will be Faversham. Thank you.
You can also change their services to Dover Priory via Canterbury East. Cornet Selling, Canterbury East, Beaksbourne, Addisham, Aylsham, Snowdown, Shepherdswell, Kersney and Dover Priory. We don't do that though. We go left. They go straight on. but we go left to Whitstable, Herne Bay, Margate, Broadstairs and Ramsgate. Our next calling point will be Faversham. Yeah, we went through Tenham at 75, I'd imagine, but about 5 minutes away from Faversham, but then we'll go down the Ramsgate branch. Having a look at my service back home, if people want to look, it will be the 11:21 from Ramsgate to St Pancras International. But then we'll get off a sit-board well after the end of the video. If you've made it this far, then remember to leave a like if you enjoy these types of videos and rare train journeys. This rare train journey only happens in the summer. You wouldn't believe it's the summer from the weather. You'd think it'd be sunny, but it's not. It's raining, it's awful, it's miserable. But yeah, this is a summer only thing that happens. And there are a few more journeys, like rare journeys, that I am able to do, which will be a service that leaves Faversham at about 6 o'clock in the morning, that goes to St Pancras International via Ramsgate, then Dover Priory into Ashford International, and then into St Pancras. And there is also another one at 7 o'clock, I believe, from Faversham as well, to London Charing Cross, through Ramsgate, then Canterbury West, then Ashford, then to Charing Cross. And there is another, which is literally impossible for me to do unless I drive, which I don't drive yet, which is from Gillingham to Sheerness. Now, you think, why not do the Sheerness one? Well, it leaves Gillingham at 5:05. Do you know when the first train from Sittingbourne is? 5:10. So, it's literally impossible for me to do unless I stay the night in Gillingham, which no one wants to do that, or I drove, which I still, like I said, I don't know how to drive yet, legally. Yeah, we're near Faversham. I'll put the camera up. Yeah, I'll put the camera up at Faversham. Here we are now approaching Faversham, and there is a train on platform 4 going Dover Priory via Canterbury from 375-920, doing the 10:29.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are now approaching Faversham. Taking Faversham for services towards Dover Priory by Canterbury East. If you're aligned here, please make sure you take all your personal belongings in, please mark it out to the platform and the train. After Faversham, this train calls at Whitstable, Herne Bay, Margate, Broadstairs and Ramsgate.
Raining
If you are
again.
requiring the Dover Priory service, it is on the other platform, that's platform 4 just next to us. It is the train just on the other side. Thank you.
Anyways, yeah, like I said, for some reason, Dover Priory trains seems to be starting here. Like, the first few in the morning were, like we saw with the 0615. For some reason now it is. Anyways, we're now at Faversham. Next calling point will be Whitstable. Here we are now leaving Faversham 18 minutes late at 10:23. Next calling point will be Whitstable. Also, if you're ever on a South Eastern train, be careful of this, because this is how old the seats are. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but that's dust from these seats. They are quite ancient. Yeah, next calling point will be Whitstable. Here we are approaching Whitstable, 16 minutes late. For people, I don't know if I showed this in the last clip, but for people on South Eastern, be careful of these. There are some dusty seats out there that they just don't replace. Yeah, here we are now approaching Whitstable. At 10:30. We were meant to leave here at 10:14, but we haven't. I don't know where we were at 10:14. I think we were at Sittingbourne. Here we are now at Whitstable. We are departing Whitstable 17 minutes late, 10:30. Next calling point will be Herne Bay. Change at Herne Bay, buses towards Canterbury and other things of the local area. No worries, thank you once again. Yeah, next calling point will be Herne Bay. Here we are passing through the mighty Chesterfield and Swale Cliff, where only 2 trains an hour stop there, one to Ramsgate, one to Victoria. Speaking of the mighty Chesterfield and Swale Cliff, from Faversham, there is a rare service again, the 0622 Faversham to London St Pancras via Ramsgate and Dover Priory. That stops at Chesterfield and Swale Cliff, and I believe Westgate as well, potentially Dumpton Park as well. So that's 3 rare calling points you don't tend to see a 395 stop at, unless you watch the last rare journey video from Faversham. They did it when Newington was shut. They done London to Pancras to Faversham. As much as I would like to continue this video, my phone is literally running out of storage as we speak, so I will probably have to end the video here. I'm sorry that I haven't got it all the way down to Ramsgate, but I've got it a pretty good chunk of it from London Cannon Street here in Herne Bay, which is not even like a stretch of the imagination. This is over a 2-hour journey. So I was bound to run out of storage at some point. But yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, then please leave a like and subscribe. I will try and do more journeys like this if you do enjoy it and it is requested. But now we're at Herne Bay, I'm gonna be we're definitely not getting the delay back. Yeah, we're here at Herne Bay. We're gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching.